Mama's voice was the sweetest sound. Daddy left when I was 9. Said, son, don't follow the wrong line. I grew up with a rusted gun. Dreams were dead before they begun. Every scar was a bedtime tale. Taught me mercy always fails. The preacher said, boy, kneel and pray. But I learned faster, hell don't wait. So I lit my smoke, looked at the sky, and whispered, God, you miss this guy. Met a girl with whiskey eyes, soft as sin, cold as lies. She said, you want freedom, take the road. So I packed my soul and sold it all. We robbed the store, shot the clerk. I smiled, but inside it hurt. Her hand was shaking, mine was still. Guess I was born to make the kill. We burned that car near Jackson's Gate, and love turned dark became my fate. When she cried, I laughed instead. The good in me was long since dead. I rode through towns with broken names. Every face looked just the same. A devil's grin under my hat brim. Whiskey, blood, and empty sins. The lawman came, I shot him twice. Didn't blink, didn't think it twice. But every night I saw his eyes in dreams that cut like lullabies. There's a child I see when I close my eyes, the boy I was who never lies. He asked, are you proud of what you've done? I light my smoke and say I'm not the only one. They call me outlaw, ghost, and sin, but they don't know what burns within. The smell of gunpowder feels like home, but peace, that's something I've never known. One night I met that girl again. Her hair was gray, her voice was pain. She said, you remember the boy you killed? I said, yeah, I remember still. She pulled a gun, but her hands did shake. I smiled and said, we all make mistakes. Then I turned away, but inside I bled. For the first time, wished I was dead. Now I'm old, my hands still cold, my story's carved in dust and gold. They'll say I live by the smoking gun, but truth is I was always on the run. Some nights I pray, though God don't speak. He left me back when I was weak. If I could change one thing, I'd start before the whiskey, before the dark. So when they bury me out west, don't write hero on my chest. Just say, here lies the man who tried to hide the tears the devil left inside. Another dawn, same old town, boots still covered in blood and brown. The wind keeps whispering names I know, ghosts of men from long ago. I light a smoke, watch it fade. Each drag feels like a debt unpaid. A preacher once said, son, repent, but hell don't care how prayers are spent. There's a cross somewhere with my name buried deep in the hands of shame. Every bullet I fired had a song. Every note still feels so wrong. The law don't chase me anymore. They're tired and I'm sore. But justice rides in my own head, and it never sleeps, just screams instead. Met a woman down by the old train line. Her eyes said, boy, you've crossed the line. She poured 2 drinks, one for sin. Said, if you're leaving, start within. Her voice was cold, her hands were still, like she'd seen every man I'd killed. She said, the devil don't need to chase the brave. He just waits by their grave. So I took my horse, rode through rain. Each mile washed but none removed the stain. I saw my shadow on the sand, still holding a gun in my hand. Every town I pass, they whisper him, the ghost who sings a sinner's hymn. But I ain't no hero and I ain't no saint, just a broken man with dried up pain. Now the road's gone quiet, sky's gone red. I talk to God, but he's long dead. The whiskey's warm, the night's my friend, and I know this road will never end. If heaven's real, they lock the door, and hell's just home, I've been there before. So carve these words when my time bends. He ran from sin, but the road never ends. The fire's low, the night is wide. Stars hang heavy, they don't hide. I got my boots off, gun in sand, and ghost still shaking my hand. Every bottle's just a mirror now, shows a man who forgot how. I toast the dark, I toast the pain, and whisper hell we meet again. I poured 2 shots, one for me, one for the devil sitting by the tree. He said, you've been good at being bad. I laughed and said, it's all I had. He smiled like smoke, eyes like sin, said, boy, you do it all again. I took the glass, he raised his too, said, here's to the man the angels knew. There's a woman's voice in every flame, still calls my long forgotten name. I left her with a broken vow, don't even know if she's breathing now. My mama's Bible's torn in two. One half lies where I outgrew, the other half's inside this chest, fighting demons I never confessed. So I take a sip, the whiskey burns, every swallow the past returns. Ashes fall from my cigarette like names I tried to forget. I ain't asking for no peace, just let my restless soul release. If heaven's got a door for me, hope it's open just slightly. Now don't creep slow across the land, bottles empty, gun in hand. The devil left, guess he's bored, even hell gets tired of war. I close my eyes, no fear, no sound, just dust and smoke all around. And if they find me where I lay, tell them I just drank my sins away. There's ashes in my whiskey glass, and peace came slow, but it came at last. I was born by the river where the church bells rang slow. Mama said I was gentle, but the world said no. Had a Bible in my pocket, whiskey in my veins. Dreamed of heaven, but I walked through flames. Every man I trusted took a piece of my name. Every woman I loved left me colder in shame. I tried to stay kind, but kindness don't pay. So I learned to smile while I walked away. Out in Jackson County, the night was red. I saw my friend fall, I heard what he said. Don't let them break you, don't let them win. So I broke their rules and I drowned my sin. Put my hand on the trigger, heart full of rage. The devil whispered softly, boy, turn the page. I swore to the moon I'd never turn back, but the road to hell is a one-way ticket. Now I ride with ghosts, smoke in my hair, bullets and whiskey, my only prayer. Sheriffs call my name, preachers curse my soul, but I keep on riding, I ain't growing old. My heart's a graveyard full of broken vows. Every tombstone whispers, where are you now? Love tried to save me, but I spat in her face. There's no redemption in this godless place. Then one night she found me under pale moonlight, her eyes like forgiveness shining too bright. She said, you don't have to be the man they fear, but I was too far gone to let her near. Well, I kissed her once with blood on my hand. Told her I'm not the boy who made those plans. She cried, they're still good inside your chest. But I rode away, I failed her test. Years rolled by, I'm a shadow of a name. No one remembers, they all sound the same. Got scars on my soul and ash on my hands. Build my own hell out of good man's plans. Sometimes I stare at the stars too long and hear that river whisper my song. If I could bleed out all my sin tonight, would I see her face in the moonlight? So bury me where the wild wind stands, with whiskey, tears, and ashes on my hands. Tell the world I never made it right, but I tried, Lord knows, I tried every night. I was never good, but I wasn't born bad. Just a lonely soul with a broken dad. And if the devil comes to shake my hand, I'll say, son, I made myself this man. The sky was crying red that day, and the preacher said, son, you'll lose your way. I was 13 with a dream and a rusted knife. Swore I'd carve my name into this life. Mama prayed loud, but her voice turned thin. The world don't wait for gentlemen. So I packed my heart in a box of shame, left that porch and never came again. They call me saint of the South, 'cause I smiled when I knocked men out. Whiskey kept my soul asleep, and the graves I dug were mine to keep. I wore a ring from a girl long gone. She said, you'll find peace before you're done. But peace don't live where bullets sing, and I danced with death like it owed me things. Towns burned down where I rode through. Some called it justice, but I never knew. I'd rob a sinner, spare a saint, mercy's a shade that I just can't paint. Sheriff found me neath the desert cross, said you got sin, but you ain't lost. He gave me rope, I gave him truth. You can't hang what's already through. One night by Mercy Hill's flame, I saw her go, she spoke my name. Do you still carry what you stole? I said, yeah, darling, my own soul. She touched my chest, it burned like sin. Said you keep fighting, but you'll never win. Her tears were dust, her lips were cold. She vanished before I could hold. So I built a fire out of guilt and pain, fed in names of the men I'd slain. Told the night, if you're God, then speak. But the night just laughed, cold and bleak. Smoke rolled words I couldn't read. Mercy's not for men who bleed. I fell to my knees, cursed my name, and whispered hell ain't far, it's the same. Now I ride through ghost town, slow and still. Just me, my sins, and Mercy Hill. I ain't looking for grace or gold, just somewhere warm before I'm cold. If they find my bones in the southern sand, tell them I died with a Bible in hand. Not for faith, I just like the sound of something pure I never found.